All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a short video just describing how we're going to do the notes for this unit. I know we've gone over this material before, but it's nice to have a refresher. Okay, so remember, I'm not going to give you a set of notes for this unit. You have to make your own, either by creating a children's book or writing out your own set of notes. Now, I know with this whole distance education thing, this is going to look a little bit differently. I'm going to make sure that I'm not assigning too much work time-wise or effort-wise, because that makes sense. Just to make it in line with the public schools branch expectations. And also, it's not the same as being in class, having an hour to do it, as opposed to being at home. So we're still going to do some version of this. It's just going to be in a condensed, shorter form. So for the children's book, I'm going to give you a diagram or a picture that you need to draw out, and then you need to describe what's going on in the picture using the key terms from the textbook. So it's real easy. Draw a picture. Tell me what is going on in the picture using the key scientific terms from the textbook. Now, for the Cornell Notes, we're going to use the Cornell strategy of note-taking. There are many strategies out there, but we're going to use Cornell for this course. I'm going to tell you the page numbers that you need to cover and the key terms that you need to include in your notes. For the Cornell Note strategy itself, you're going to cut up your page like it's shown on the screen here. Title at the top, 5 to 7 lines at the bottom, and then you're going to cut the rest of your page into 30% and 70%. For your big 70% section, this is where you're going to read the textbook and you're going to summarize the important information that you've read and put it here as your notes. Be sure to also include any diagrams that you think are necessary. For the 30%, you're going to put any key definitions here. So any bolded text in the definition in the textbook, make sure you put it here. And also, if you have any questions about the material, you can also put them in this section. Now, the very last section at the very bottom, the summary, save this for later. Don't fill this in now. This is for in a couple days or a couple weeks when you start preparing for the test or the final exam. You're going to go over your notes again and write a summary, just a short paragraph of what's important on this page of notes that you've made. So this is a great way of making your brain go over the information again and reinforcing that knowledge that you've acquired. On the left here is a nice summary of what I just covered. And if you have any other questions, go to this link on the right. This is from the Cornell University website itself. It's got a wonderful short tutorial YouTube videos on how to get the best out of this note-taking strategy. Now, this is an example of how I've assigned it. So the very first page of your children's notebook should look like this. It's covering the information on page 394 to 398. You have to draw a picture of two objects rubbing together. You can do the one from the textbook, figure 10.4, amber and wool, or the one we did in class is a rubber balloon, latex balloon rubbing on somebody's hair. Now, when you're describing what's going on in that diagram, you have to use the terms electric charge, static electricity, friction, and electron affinity. For the Cornell Notes, you have to read those exact same pages and make sure you get those same definitions. And here is some good examples of work that's already been passed in. So Cody, we've got a wonderful image there and a very, very good description of what's going on. And on the right, we've got a wonderful set of Cornell Notes. Look at all those pretty colors. Perfect. So again, we're going to do some version of this scaled down a little bit, but it's still going to pop up here and there. So if you have any questions or comments, please refer back to this video to make sure you're doing all the right things with this assignment. Perfect. Thank you.